So I started by just adding some little plywood blocks that were towards the front of the cabinet that I could attach my false front to. First, I just held them in place with a little CA glue and the activator spray stuff, one on the top and one on the bottom. And when they were securely in place, I just sent a few 1-inch screws through those to hold them nice and firm, because that's what screws do. Then I cut a 3/4 inch piece of ply that would be my false front, and I slid it in. Now, as you can see, it's leaning out towards the top. I did this to kind of mimic the shape of the chargers themselves, so that the batteries would slide in nice and easy and be a little more ergonomically correct, if that's a thing. Now, my goal is to fit 4 chargers into this one little compartment, which means I gotta measure very carefully to make sure they all fit on here. Now, luckily, these chargers come with little keyholes on the back so that you can just add a few screws and slide them in place. So I added a few screws and tested to see if the chargers were gonna fit and if you would still be able to get a battery in there once they were kind of recessed back into the compartment, which it looks like you will be able to. So confident my plan was going to work, after getting one charger installed, I set to work on getting all 3 remaining chargers installed onto this one piece of plywood. Now you might be looking at this thinking, yeah, but I can still see all those cords, you moron. Well, you think I didn't think ahead? You don't think I don't have a plan for that? At this point, I really didn't have a plan for that, but don't worry. I think just a few holes drilled behind each one of those chargers and we'll be able to thread those cords right into the back. So after marking out where I needed those holes to be, I went over to the drill press and I started just blowing through that 3/4 inch plywood like it was nobody's business. In no time, I had 4 beautiful cord-shaped holes drilled, and I was ready to set up my charging board. I really liked this process because it made me feel like some master electrician.